I'm Becky Aitkenhead. I am from Dunedin, born and bred here. I was a middle distance runner, but sort of moving up to longer distances now. And yeah, I had my first baby about 4.5 months ago. So yeah, I'm a mum now, which is pretty weird to say. And yeah, I coach running and I do running. In the gym, I mostly do like a lot of mobility work, just because as runners we're like pretty super tight. You do want like a little bit of lower leg stiffness for running, just to have a bit of pop, but too much stiffness and you are kind of at risk of injury. So for me, the gym is mostly mobility, especially being postpartum, sort of carrying around. My boy Jack is about 7 kilos now, so you're carrying around this wee weight all the time, and also carrying him in his capsule and the pram and stuff too downstairs. It's like a lot of objects, so your posture and your thoracic gets pretty tight. And then I just do some like back squats or deadlifts, like the main lifting I do, and that's really just for bone health and again injury prevention.
What's been the biggest adjustment juggling motherhood and training?
Yeah, huge adjustment actually, but kind of lucky with running and with compound. I can do that with Jack, so I can take him in the mountain buggy, which is quite fun, and he just sleeps. And compound's really good. I can take him up here, and sometimes he sleeps, sometimes he doesn't. But yeah, it's a really nice way, because when you're on maternity leave, you've got lots of time at home, so it's actually a really nice way to get out of the house and do something with him as well, and I don't have to think about like childcare. Yeah, then in saying that, sometimes you do need some sessions where you don't have him. So like my support system's really good, and I've got people to look after him while I go and train, but sort of just the biggest thing is like it used to be all about me, and now I'm down the priority list and got to think about someone else when you're planning your training and getting out there. Yeah. So now I sort of I've had like really tight adductors, so just trying to strengthen and lengthen those a lot. It's quite, after birth and everything and like pregnancy, you're carrying your hips all change and everything. So I've found my adductors have been quite tight, which actually gives me the stitch when I run. So just trying to strengthen and lengthen that, so that again, injury prevention, and just trying to stay strong as well. Yeah, quite massive changes actually in my mindset after having my baby. It's kind of a lot less pressure around racing and stuff, and I feel like I didn't race for about 13 months, so and then when I did race, I realised how much I missed it. It was, yeah, a lot of fun getting back into racing, and yeah, I guess, yeah, totally different mindset. It's almost like I feel like I used to approach training like that, sort of leave no stone unturned, do kind of everything the coach gives you and like follow everything really strictly, and now it's kind of like good enough is good enough, just getting the training done. A training week at the moment is probably about half of what I was doing when I had a baby, before I had a baby. So previously, a typical week would be sort of like running about 120k a week, sometimes 130k, and then that would be like a lot of double runs some days, and that would be sort of 3 harder sessions a week and a long run. And then I was building those long runs up to about 30k on a Sunday. And then now it looks quite a bit different. I probably do about half of that if I can, so sort of 70, 75k at the moment. And I do sort of 2 or sometimes 3 harder runs in that space. Yeah, with cross country nationals as my first race back, I actually didn't really decide till about the week before, or maybe 2 weeks before. We had a Otago cross country, which is also a 10K cross country. I think it was about 3 weeks before, and I didn't do it because it felt like way too far and like way too hard. So I was like, oh no, I won't do that. And then kind of had in my mind that I did want to do cross country nationals, but after sort of feeling like I wouldn't be able to get through 10K cross country at that point, I decided, I sort of thought, oh, it was off the cards. And then it's kind of crazy at the moment how it's like coming back from an injury, like you just progress really fast and each week's so different and even each day is so different. So about a week went by and I decided to do a park run, the Dunedin park run, which is pretty hilly. I think it's like the slowest course on average in the world. But yeah, decided to do that and I realised how much I missed like racing and like being back amongst the running community. So then that was about 2 weeks before cross country nationals. I just kind of messaged my coach and said, what do you reckon about doing this? And he's like, well, you got nothing to lose, so give it a go. So yeah, I was really glad I did.
How did you feel lining up at the start line again after a bit of time?
I feel like I was in a really like positive mindset in the lead up and like excited to do it and everything. And then it got to maybe like 10 minutes before the race and I suddenly got like really nervous because it's one thing like saying you'll do something and then actually doing it's quite a different thing. So with running too, I think you always got a little bit of fear of the pain of the race as well because it is a grind. But then sort of my husband kind of reminded me like just have fun out there, like there's no pressure or anything. I thought I'd be kind of like way out the back anyway, so it was kind of yeah, it was kind of a weird start line because usually I go out with the front pack and just try and hang on as long as I can, and that's really not a fun way to run 10Ks on a cross country course. So it was kind of nice. This time I was a lot less fit and sort of a lot less ready, so I actually held back quite a bit at the start and then kind of worked my way up throughout the race. Yeah, my support network is amazing and I couldn't do it at all without them. So like my husband, he's really good at looking after Jack when I'm not there, so he gets a day off a week from work as part of his paternity leave, so that allows me to go out and do training and come to the gym and stuff on my own. And I drop Jack to my mother-in-law every Friday, which is really amazing too, so for a few hours, and I can just kind of go and do my own training again. And my parents are in Dunedin as well, so yeah, I could not do it without them at all. And also places like Compound Gym's been super supportive, like I can bring Jack in here, and yeah, like sponsors as well, sponsored by LSKD, and they've kept my sponsorship through pregnancy and through returning to running, and they're super supportive as well. Yeah, next on the racing calendar, I'm thinking about doing probably the 10K at Dunedin, at the Dunedin Marathon weekend. For cross country, there is World Cross Country in Florida in January, which would be pretty cool to go to. I went to the University of Florida and we used to race at that course quite a lot. That would be really cool to make that team, and to make that team you have to run under 34:30 for the 10K. So to do that before the end of October if I want to have a chance at making the team. With World Cross Country Nationals, first place this year was an automatic ticket to World Cross Country, but I think they can take 6 people in a team, and I was the 5th Kiwi, so that's good, but I've got to get the time and sort of just run as fast as I can over 10K to kind of prove fitness if you want to be selected. So yeah, probably the 10K at Dunedin, and then there's also the Timaru 10 in October, which is the last day of qualifying for World Cross Country to get that time. So if I don't get that in Dunedin, I might try and get that in Timaru.
Yo, boys, make sure to like and subscribe to Compound Gym YouTube. It's me. Follow for more.